In today's video, we're going to be talking about how Sumail just chunks ninjas in pajamas. If we look at the scoreboard here, it looks like a pretty close game, right? 26-25, but my man popped off 11-1 on the Sven. I wouldn't say he's new to carry, he's been doing it for a bit, but he's the new carry for OG. It's been really exciting to see how they've been able to mesh together. So far, so good. And yeah, so I want to look at one of his games. Sven 11-0. Doesn't get much better than that. Also, if you've been enjoying the new OG games in this tournament so far, like the video. In particular, I've been really enjoying the playstyle of OG. We've been seeing some really great Darkseer games. The game where Mid1 played Darkseer was absolutely fantastic to watch. His kiting was perfect. So yeah, like the video, helps us grow, and I don't know, support OG. On top of this video, I'll be making a monkey replay analysis soon for the main website. So I just played in a pub, I played monkey mid against a morphling. I was playing extremely aggressive, getting inside the enemy jungle, and really just experimenting with the new style of mid that I've been seeing from players like Crystalys and Thompson for the past few months. So if you're interested in that content, go check out the main gameleap website in the description below. It's very cheap. I put out a lot of content there, basically a video every single day, whether it's from me or another top tier creator over on the website. So hopefully I'll see you there, and once again, it's just down in the description. Alright, so the first thing that Sumail does very well is when he actually decides to jungle. This is a very hard thing I see for a lot of carry players, where they either don't get out early enough or they don't get out at all. Guys, it's very important to consider when you're a carry hero that can jungle, which is frankly almost all of them, right? There are very little carry heroes that either don't want to jungle at all or can't jungle. So where does he start jungling, right? Well, his lane just started getting hard, the puck started getting a lot of levels, which means, you know, a lot of magical damage, and same thing from the Nyx Assassin, so the lane begins to get a little bit difficult. Also, he now has 3 points in his cleave, and it's around the 7-minute mark. Altogether, this comes to be probably the best time to jungle in Dota, and now you're going to see he's making a lot of stacks, which is the absolute perfect play around this point in the game. And really, his farming patterns are just solid. Eventually, I'll make a full video on just straight up farming patterns, but really all you need to know for the most part about farming patterns is you generally want to start with one of the outside camps and come in. What people don't realize is you need to make up your mind about whether or not you're going to be playing for lanes or just the jungle. In this case, it seems like Sumail's just going to be playing for the jungle, right? His top lane has been completely taken over, Thompson's farming mid, and his team's farming bot. So jungle is his option. What does he do? Well, he starts with the top camp, just so he has the most on the way down, right? It makes sense. You take the most dangerous one first, because the enemy team was not yet in position, right, in this game just here. And now he's even using God Strength to jungle. Guys, yes, commit your spells to jungle. It really doesn't matter what hero you are. There's a few carries with big ultimate spells that should be using their ultimates, such as Terrorblade and Sven, to actually farm faster. Don't hold them, hit your timings, and you'll be a much more reliable carry player. And yeah, this is really all Sven is at this point in the game. You kind of just need to know when you need to leave to avoid that one key death that usually sets the majority of carry players back, and then your job is really just to avoid potential ganks, right? In this point of the game, I think he believed that the Riki might come through the bottom side of the jungle, so he backs out a little bit, or he just felt like the most camps were here. Frankly, it doesn't matter. All that really matters is that you're continuing to amp your farm, and eventually looking for a lane as you begin to wipe through the jungle way too quick as Sven. And that's sort of exactly what we're going to see here. He just realizes that the bottom lane is getting pushed in alone, he's full HP, Riki doesn't threaten him until Riki has at least a Diffusal Blade, and as a result, he heads over to that lane. Also, he has picked up a Mask of Menace, which in my opinion is the most underrated item in the game right now. I actually think it's becoming more and more popular as, you know, the patch goes on, as it's gotten buffed quite a bit. Now it's only a 6-second duration, meaning that it doesn't disable you for the entire fight, which is great on Sven, right? Because when you get the 6-second Storm Hammer cooldown, the talent that makes your stun a 7-second cooldown in combination with your Ags, the old Mask of Menace wouldn't let you stun off cooldown, but the new one does, because the cooldown on the stun is longer than the duration of the Mask of Menace. Getting into builds though, I want to be clear about this current Sven, or at least what he's doing is that he's not maxing his stun. Right? What does his gameplay and skill build signify here? What it signifies is that his game plan is to farm. If you didn't know, Sven's current war cry actually gives damage the more you scale it. It gives 24 damage at max, which is why you see him using it basically off cooldown in combination with his Mask of Madness to flash farm. And now if I was to speed through these clips and really just let you guys watch a fast forward version of Sven, which is typically what I do to have replay analysis, you're going to see him show up to almost no fights besides this one we're going to see here. There are a few engagements, and in this one in particular, a lot of pro teams will full collapse on mid. This is very rare in pubs, so I recommend you just stay in the jungle, right? Just do not overthink it. Just keep jungling. If your team was pushing a tower, and you're a flash farming core, keep jungling. Because as you'll see, this fight is not increasing its net worth whatsoever, and a lot of carry players really just get distracted in this idea that they have to help out their team and that their team is, whining and complaining about them. Okay, you have two options. Either do what they say and test it out, right? Maybe they're right and you can win a fight and then you can immediately go back to jungling, or completely ignore them and mute them, right? If you carry well enough, then who knows? You actually might just get enough farm to silence them. Frankly, people don't give up unless you literally never show up to a fight for 40 minutes. You can farm for 25 minutes and be okay, so stop making excuses as if every single time you play a Dota 2 match in ranked, your team gives up before the 5-minute mark. I swear when I talk to people, that's what they make it seem like. That's not true, it's just not. Alright, let's take a look at a very important fight here. This is 28 minutes into the game, he has his Ags, and the first thing I want to say is that this Crystalys item is no joke broken. I actually don't remember them changing it this much. I feel like it's been buffed so many times now. Sure that the critical strike was reduced to 160%, but somehow, I don't know when this was, but this item gives 45 damage for 2,000 gold. That's like insane. It's literally, this item's insane. It's 45 damage for 200 gold. Sacred Relic, a 3,800 gold item only gives 60 damage, and obviously no crit, right? It's also double the gold. It's like, Crystalys as a damage item is probably the best in Dota right now. I'm just putting that out there. Like, I think it's viable on a lot of right-click carries, heroes like Troll. It's probably fine. Jug, it's probably good, even though he has a built-in crit. I literally think this item is very underrated right now. Similar to Mask of Menace, at least by the majority of the community. The pros are starting to pick it up. I'm sure you guys have seen Topson buying it. Now let's just get into this fight. We're going to see some really good target priority here. So first off, as he walks in, he has his Ags. Not his level 20 talent, which is a big spikes for Sven, but, he's fighting anyway. Gotta secure Roche. They kill the PPD, Batrider, right? Good first priority. You stun the Batrider, get rid of a weak hero. That's Sven's benefit. Also, the best thing about this kill to lead off is he doesn't have to commit his ultimate, right? A big mistake I see with a lot of Svens is they'll commit their ultimate for a kill they didn't need it for. Now, this can be hard to judge because you don't want to undercommit and not get the kill, but in this case, that was a good decision as the Batrider was separated, and now he can continue on to go on to this Nyx Assassin and still is not ulting. Reason being is, he understands that there is no one else he needs to kill right now, so as long as the Nyx is separated, he doesn't have to instantly ulti. He does at this point, as the SF comes in, decides to ulti because he realizes now they are committed to the fight, right? The Nyx is chain stun, I want to one-hit the Nyx and move on to the SF. So it's a great time to ulti, pops it, obviously pops the BKB so he doesn't get feared, moves on to the SF, gets a bit of cleave damage, and now he's on to the Riki. Obviously, in this case, the BKB plus the dust from the Pangolier is very clutch to secure him the kill, but really, I just like that he kills the two supports, then moves on to the Riki, which is probably the third easiest hero for him to kill right now, as, he is pretty tanky and has a bit of disengage, but as long as he has the God Strength and manages to land a stun, he's able to secure the kill. Now, often the question is, what do you do when it's 25 minutes in, 30 minutes in, 35 minutes in as the carry, right? Guys, if you're playing Dota and it's this late into the game, I cannot stress enough how much you have to push in waves. It prevents you from getting split push, or, even though that this team doesn't split push that well, it at least allows you to sort of end the game and close it out, right? They've been getting split pushed a lot this game. They're seemingly ahead based on the way they're playing if you watch this match, but the thing is they've always been down on net worth, and if they don't push in waves, they're going to continuously get pushed back onto their side of the map, which is suboptimal. So look at the map right now. Enchantress pushing in bottom, Omni Knight pushing in mid, Sven pushing in top. They use their advantage, right, the fact that they got kills, to shove in every single lane. Guys, you don't always have to push a tower. One of the best things you can do in Dota, and this is a big thing that no one ever considers, is get in 3 lanes when you have enemies killed. It has so many benefits. When they respawn, you're going to have complete vision advantage because of the wards you put down and the creeps are shoved in, so they naturally will have to shove them out, and you're going to build a lot of net worth. It's literally the best thing you can do in my opinion, especially in pubs when, right, it's just late into the game and you have kills. Even if you don't have kills, I was just playing a pub and I no joke, my team would just never shove waves. We ended up winning, but I had to ping them multiple times, get in the waves, get in the waves. Look, he could have just ran to his team and collapsed on mid, but instead, as he goes on this SF, I don't even think that's why he went there. He knows the SF's not going to die. The SF is a professional player with the blink daggers. He throws the stun, scares the guy off, kills the wave. This puts on pressure onto the top side of the map, and now he can connect with his team. Please, guys, cut waves, push them in. It's game-changing in Dota. And also, I want to ask you a question. Why would OG be able to tell whether or not NIP is going to contest this Roche, even if they don't see them? Because they understand that these waves are all being pushed in with no reaction. If that's the case, either OG is just standing still, or they're contesting them. Sorry, I should say NIP is standing still, or they're contesting him. And then in this case, they're obviously contesting him. So he goes in, gets stunned by the Spike Carapace, not a big deal. finds the SF, and he understands that as long as the SF's blink gets cancelled, he can absolutely shred him. That's what we see here. Mask of Madness, BKB, trapped him in the corner, which is, I mean, I guess a good play. And now we're going to see the Stormhammer come into play. So much damage. And yeah, you just get so farmed in this current Sven. As we look at the net worth, he's number 1 by 5k at net worth right now. It just cleans up shop for OG. So great fight from Sumail. And yeah, I just really love this build. Mask of Madness, into the BKB, into the Crystalys, Axe, AC, very well rounded, makes you tanky, good mobility, good damage. And now let's take a look at how this game sort of ends. What does he do to clean this one up? Well, first off, they managed to find the SF here, which is obviously just great for them ending the game. And he's actually willing to commit the God Strength here. I really like that play, only because I think it's safe. A lot of players will often hesitate to use their big spells. It can actually lose you the game, right? If we look at this SF's build, it can be quite difficult to catch him. Blink Dagger, BKB Refresher, right? He could literally refresh his TP and BKB TP out. So I think that's why Sumail did that, right? Is it a guarantee? No, but the pros literally can't think ahead that far, so it's one of those things where really good play. I like the lack of hesitation. He understands that this SF kill is a big deal just to really get the net worth lead and maybe even get to his Abyssal Blade if that time came. Alright, now we have a really bizarre fight here. Sumail goes mode RTZ, but it's an interesting fight. Just previously, the next assassin and Ricky actually went on him in the mid lane. They aren't able to kill him because of how tanky he is, but they're burning his mana. They understand that the counter to Sven at this point in the game is to burn his mana. If Sven can't cast Stormhammer or God Strength, he's not useless, but very close to it. So, as we're going to see in this fight, he gets lassoed onto the cliff. Really smart play by the Bat Rider. And this is what we call the Force Staff into Bash play. If you're not utilizing this one yourself, big mistake, but literally drive-by Force Staff from Saksa. I mean, that's just some gangsta stuff. And yeah, they're able to get the kill just barely. Just a really cool play we see. Universe is actually trying to do a really good job kiting him out, but Sumail then finds a regen rune, and you know, that's GG. Once Sven is able to get some mana, there's nothing he can do. I actually don't know why he stunned the Bat Rider there. That made me kind of mad because he lost all the regen, but whatever. That's obviously going to be all for today, folks. If you want to try out Sven, I actually think he's better than ever now with this Mask of Madness Crystalys build. I really think these items in combination, even if you rush the two, lets you be one of the fastest farming heroes in Dota right now. Like, it is legitimately insane how fast this hero farms. I think with the Aghanims build in combination with your level 20 talent makes you probably the best team fighting carry in the game at that point in the match, right? When you get to that stage and you have God Strength going, as well as this Warcry that gives every single hero bonus armor, right? Every single one. 15 armor, 24 bonus damage, and movement speed. It's really, really insane. And that's going to be all for Sumail's 11-1 Sven. Just a very, very impressive showing for him here that I want to bring to you guys because I'm really excited to see how OG continues to do throughout this season for as long as they last. Frankly, my bet is that they last, I want to say long, but I feel like, I'm just putting this out there, I feel like their players might clash a bit. I don't know, because I don't know them. I'm going to guess that they last the entire season. I'm not certain about that. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace! Are you tired of being hard stuck at your rank? Over at gameleap.com, we have a library of hundreds of guides authored by pro players and coaches covering literally every aspect of Dota. Whether you're looking to master a new hero or role, or just polish up your existing skills, GameLeap is the proven place for competitive gamers to hone their craft and unlock their secret potential. Hit the link on screen right now, to take advantage of our special offer for a 25% discount, guys. 25%, and start your journey today.